I was raised a Catholic, so on both of my parents' sides, they're extremely Catholic. Like my dad's father used to attend mass every day. And I think my mother's mother did the same thing too, or if not, it was close to it. So I was baptized and first communion and confirmed, and um, but of course, for my parents, we went to church twice a year, right? You know how that goes, right? Christmas and Easter. But I did go to a Catholic high school, and when I was in my like early 30s, I had sort of a faith renaissance. I won't bore you with the details, but I became extremely spiritual. So I started attending mass. I did it for about a decade, and there were times I'd go 2 or 3 times a week. And but it was about 10 years ago. Something struck me, and it's a truth about mass and communion. So it's a truth. There's no denying this, but I think it's hard for um, probably Christians and Catholics uh, to to accept it, or to really, like, get some objective distance and really realize that, with this ritual, this is really what we're doing. So this was the insight that I gained, and that is that the act of communion, right, this ritual that we engage in, is really it's the in an abstract sense, what we're doing is simulating ritual human sacrifice and then cannibalism, right? So if you look at the mass, right, I mean, it goes back to, the Hebrews sacrificing animals on an altar in the temple, right? Like we read about in Leviticus, right? So it's the same thing. And that's what Christ was simulating in the Last Supper. He was in an abstract way referring to this, right, or alluding to it. So it's the idea is that his body has been sacrificed, and we're now consuming it, right, in a ritualistic manner, right? So in the context of the mass, we have an altar, just like the Hebrew temple, right, a sacrificial altar, and that's where Christ is symbolically, um, I guess, with the Catholics, it's symbolically, really. It's both at the same time. It's confusing, but so the idea is we're ritually sacrificing Christ every week, and then cutting his body up, and is, draining the blood, and then it we're drinking his blood and eating his body. That's the cannibalism. So um, when this hit me, like, wow, it's really a barbaric, like ancient barbaric thing we're doing here. In some ways, it was interesting. I liked it because it realizing this, I felt like it connected me back thousands of years, right, to like, ancient man. But in other ways, I realized, like, that it's unconsciously barbaric and really related to, like, ritual animal sacrifice, possibly ritual human sacrifice, um, which just seems odd, right? It's just, but it seems like we have to be conscious of this. We can't deny it. That's what it is. So anyhow, I just want to share that insight, and if anyone has any comments, love to hear them. Grazie.